Exact time including seconds.
the Jeff Meacham Network's multiverse of media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Talk Wrestling here on the Jeff Meacham Network, Multiverse of Media, NoDQ.com, the Custodian Studios, Greg Cherry brand, the N Foster, the Simple Man brand, the J Habert 95 Studios. We are on Twitter tonight. We are on a roll, and we are on the road to WrestleMania officially now because yours truly is back with ticket in hand, and I'm going to WrestleMania. I'm so excited, especially after Monday Night Raw last night, with that amazing segment with Paul Heyman and Cody Rhodes. If you have not seen Monday Night Raw yet, I will not spoil. I'm like way off center here. There we go. Wait a minute. There it is. Okay, cool. Hi. So again, got to check out Monday Night Raw last night. Cannot stress that enough. Raw was what it was for a lot of people. But I enjoyed Raw. You know, Aaron seemed to enjoy Raw from what I saw in the recap and what I saw on social media. And it was a good day all around. And yes, absolutely, Colin. Get well soon to the King, Jerry Lawler. Reportedly had a stroke in the hospital, recovering from surgery from that stroke. JJ in the audience and everybody that knows me and my family knows somebody within the community, be it a close friend or in the grand wrestling community, having a stroke this week is messing with my head. I'm not going to lie. So get well soon, King, please. JJ's there. Hey there, hi there, ho there. And he is about halfway through Raw. Alpha Academy was about to come out. Well, please, JJ, please let me know if I forget where in the show the astounding segment was with Paul, so forgive me. But anyway, it's great Monday Night Raw, I felt for me anyway, one of the better ones in recent memory. They're definitely in a different gear right now. They're definitely on that road to WrestleMania. Forgive me, I'm still making graphics. I was not ready for the show. Once again, the producer is not ready. The host is ready, but the producer was not 100% prepared for the day because I did have one more thing I had to plug, and I had to edit the plug in the process. So forgive me. Jeff looked like Triple H. Well, I mean, okay, so let me just see if I can do this without making a complete ass of myself here. This is the Mainstream Electrical Parade 50th anniversary jacket that the company released last year at Disneyland. Let's see if I can. I don't know if I'm in the shot, so forgive me if you're seeing nothing but my stupid ass. But I like this jacket, and it goes really well. So anyway, I like it. It's a cool thing. And yes, I have not seen NXT yet. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate people remembering that. Because I've not seen NXT. So I will be watching that as soon as I'm off the air or whenever 8 o'clock rolls around. I may go an hour. You never know with good old JM. But anyway. Hey, Jeff, how close that triple threat hardcore match almost cut off WrestleMania 17? I don't know. I mean, if I remember right, it was never factored in to be removed from the show, Joey. I don't know why they would have removed it. I liked it. I liked the thing personally. No, JG, I had several jobs today, including one that – you ready for the kicker, Jay? Since I know you're here, here's some bullshit, right? So I take the kiddo to his appointment for his orthodontist appointment. Turns out we need to bring the retainer, which wasn't conveyed to me in the process of getting him from school. And I'm at the old house and he's at the new house. And nobody told me that. So I wasted $30 on a lift almost. And there wasn't even a fucking point in going if there was no retainer to be had. So now I have to call and reschedule an appointment I already didn't have to make today and canceling Stepway Sports Bar in the process. So to the dentist, who I will not name so I don't get myself sued for libel, piss off. Thanks. You guys suck a dick. Thanks very much. Anyway, Tornado says, Tornado draws better than Roman. Cody draws better than Roman. Cody will make Roman call him. Well, we'll see. Probably won't get to NXT till tomorrow. And again, we will not spoil NXT in this room. So Here's how it went down, Psycho, with the WrestleMania tickets. I did have a pair. I had one WrestleMania ticket that was good for both nights. I subsequently, as I said, I think yesterday during my little hissy fit, sold that ticket with the thought that I was going to be transferring departments at this point of the year. That's now not going to happen. Reason, just it is what it is. I had a little bit of corporate and management goofs, mainly paperwork more than anything else, unfortunately. Just is what it is. So I don't have that ticket. I do have a ticket for each night. They're in the same section, just not the same row or seat. I'm way the hell up. I'm even higher than I was when I bought the ticket last year. I'm up in, I think, section 550. I actually have an obstructed view at the end of the day. But you know what? I'm going to Mania, so hell with it. I told myself when Mania 21 was here at what used to be called the Staples Center, that if WrestleMania returned to Southern California, whether it was, a stadium to be built later, whether it was Staples again, whether it was the Honda Center, whether it was, San Diego, wherever, I was going to go. And now it's at SoFi Stadium, which is next door to basically where I was damn near born, definitely where I grew up, the fabulous Forum. So I will be at WrestleMania. Very excited about that. Muhammad says, rumors were circulating that Batista is going to be WWE Hall of Fame. Who do you think that will be a perfect candidate in terms of inducting? If you believe the rumor in your window that Batista is going to be headlining, I would think the best inductor would be either Triple H or Ric Flair. I don't know if you want to give Nate a live mic right now. He a little crazy, more than usual. So I don't know if you want to give Nate a live mic, but Hunter, I think, would be a top candidate. Now, again, if Hunter's in the Vince role now and he won't be on camera for the Hall of Fame, whatever, I don't think he'll do that shit. But I would say Hunter would be the best choice, or even Orton if he's able to be there. Am I allowed to bring binoculars or seat cushions as you'll be there all day? Well, I'm not going to be there all day because I may still go to NXT on Saturday. We'll see. If I am allowed to bring seat cushions, I may bring my Disney Fantasmic seat cushion because that's just comfy as hell. There also is the option on Ticketmaster to buy a commemorative chair, even though I'm not in the commemorative area. So I may just do that and have a chair for my first LA-based WrestleMania. We'll see how finances play out. The question from JJ, in terms of my seats, am I higher than RVD on 420? Nobody gets as high as RVD. You know that better than I do, JJ. Anyway, Matt says, hello, how are you tonight? And everybody hit yes, again, whatever channel you're watching on, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, and make sure you catch us every time we're live, be it on the Jeff Meacham Network, on the Custody Studios, on the Greg Cherry brand, on the Simple Man brand, on the Jaber Studios 95, NoDQ.com, YouTube, and of course on the Twitter at NoDQ, DOTCOM, at _Jeff Meacham. Right now, we've got a good mix of people watching. I like it. I dig it. Pretty much everybody across the board is getting a little Jeff Meacham Network love, so I love it. That's awesome. That's very cool. Not Batista being in the Hall of Fame. What Triple H goes in this year. Triple H just went in the last couple of years as part of DX. I don't think they'll do that again. But Godspeed 5878 says hi, so hello. Good to see you in the chat room. By the way, Dustin Brown put Stone Cold in that new 3D video building. Yes, I saw that. I saw that. Okay, so I put a advisory, if you will, out earlier today on social about the close that. Thank you. This thing's being wiggy again. About my status for the NWA coverage we're providing on Saturday. And again, what's your NWA? I know people are going to rag on the NWA, maybe or whatever. Especially being on no DQ. Aaron's not going to give a shit that I did this. Or he may care. I don't know. The reason I may or may not be there is because Saturday at the Crypto.com Arena, of course, formerly known as Staples Center, the LA Kings are hosting, I forget who the hell they're playing Saturday, so forgive me, Kings fan, I'm sorry. But we, as in the Kings, are raising Dustin Brown's jersey number 23 into the rafters at the arena. He will forever be a King. wasn't supposed to go to this game. My brother is a little under the weather. I'm understanding, if I'm understanding it right. So looks like I've been tagged in. We will know for sure tomorrow. Either way, we will have coverage of NWA Enough Said on the Jeff Meacham Network, multiverse of media watch-alongs, as we do with all the major pay-per-views and premium live events. Noah will be on the call. Noah Foster, our play-by-play man par excellence. But it'll be a matter of, if I'm there, I'll be on color commentary. If I'm not, James Hebert will likely be on color commentary. JJ May, he has consented to tag in if necessary on the color commentary, which I appreciate very much, JJ. I know you're not feeling well a whole lot well yourself these days. I hope you're feeling better. Hope that cold is passing through. But JJ will be on producer duty on that show. So either way, we will have coverage in NWA for you. I just may be at the crypt, if you will, while that show's going on. So had Dusty Rhodes not died, what would he say about the Cody Rhodes and Paul Heyman segment last night? Okay, I'm not going to get too much into it. Again, for people that haven't seen Raw yet, everything but the last two lines that Paul said, I can completely hear Dusty saying. And I, being acquainted with Dusty far back as I went with the Dream, I think I said this on social, and I said this to people privately. Had I not already been going to WrestleMania, that segment sold me into the damn building. That segment sold my ass into that stadium, because Paul's the greatest of all time in terms of verbiage, in terms of promos, in terms of putting asses in seats. He's the man. He is the man. There's no doubt about it. And Cody was just on another level last night. People are accusing Cody getting still. So what do you guys want to talk about? That whole nonsense. But he stepped up his game, and Paul just, Paul does Paul things, right? So I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And I think Dusty would have too. It would have been a different promo if Dusty was still alive, though, because there would have been the raw, real emotion of his passing and the fact that he meant so much to both Paul Heyman and, of course, his son, Cody. Let's see. Who would I rather see win the Super Bowl, the Rams or the 49ers? Freaking Rams. I cannot stand the 49ers. And that goes back a long way as far as my dislike for their complete arrogance, even in the post-Montana and Young years where they weren't as good as they used to be and they still held themselves up like hot shit. It drove me crazy. It's a weird old tick that I refuse to shake because I don't want to. And the Rams are, for lack of a better term, the hometown team. Definitely the Rams over the Chargers. The Chargers need to go back to San Diego, personally. And again, I'm on no DQ, so everybody's going, what's going on? As far as the no DQ management team is concerned. But definitely the Rams of those two teams. Would like to see the Cowboys go in this year, but, it didn't happen for them. So, and the Niners still play dirty. Thank you, Joey. I agree. Of the two teams playing on Sunday, definitely go Chiefs. I can't stand the damn Philadelphia Eagles. Number one, they're an NFC East team, and I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. And number two, their co-promotion, co-hosting WrestleMania next year screwed me out of the birthday celebration proper. And I know they did because there's history on this day Facebook memories today of people saying, well, because Mania is going to be here, I'm going anyway. I know at least 3 people that said they were coming to WrestleMania this year that now aren't going because it's in Philly next year. And you people know who you are. So it's the Eagles' fault. I'm not mad at any of you. I'm mad at the Eagles. So take the fact that I'm not mad at you and run with it because I can flip the switch really easily. Anyway, Tornado says, I guess Roman will be going solo at Chamber besides having solo because one of the Usos can't be in Canada. I don't know if that is still a thing. And I don't know if it was all borders or if it was just overseas or what. That would be a good reason to have written Jay out, right? I mean, I don't know I don't know if it was Jimmy or Jay that was the DUI perpetrator. That's a horrible word, but it is what it is. Anyhow. So, again, I did put it out there earlier that I'm not going to be on the Greg Cherry Show tomorrow. I want to be. I do. And if I wasn't going to be literally on the road to Arizona tomorrow, I would join Greg. But that's the official Facebook picture of the podcast event for tomorrow. Yes, I am going to see Nikki and Bree's podcast being recorded live in Phoenix. I'm going with my friend Kalea. JJ knows Kalea. I think people in the room may know who Kalea is. Longtime friend of the original Custody Studios, particularly JJ and the old roommates. So she wanted to go to see the girls, and I volunteered to go with her so she wouldn't have to deal with that drive by herself, because that's a long-ass drive from Anaheim to Phoenix and back. Not going to this thing on Thursday like we were planning, so I will be back in SoCal Thursday. But still going to slide my sister and the nieces in to the House of Mouse on Friday, so you won't see me much Friday on social either, except on checking out Disneyland. Who do I think will be the wrestlers for the rumored Cinnamon Toast Crunch match, as Nick Khan has stated WWE wants to put in more advertisement matches? God, I didn't even know it was a thing, though, right when I read that. It's like, I'll have to really give that more thought. Maybe ask me next week if they do it. We'll talk about that more. Edge and Beth Phoenix versus Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley. Should another stipulation where there's no interference involved, like they did at Extreme Rules back in October. What do you think of this idea? I think they should just turn these two teams loose and just let them beat the shit out of each other. Personally, I think that this has been building for a long time. You figure, Edge formed the Judgment Day starting at WrestleMania last year with Damian Priest originally joining his cause. I just realized I don't have my graphic up. There we go. Hello out there, all of you. Anyway. Over here. Cool. I don't know where it was. I think that this is going to be one of those big giant schmoz finishes, and we're going to see it develop further into WrestleMania, because you got to get Dom and Ray one-on-one. You've got to get Edge against either Priest or Balor one-on-one. That's got to be a thing. Probably Priest, because it was them two that started the run. But if Priest wins the U.S. Championship, like people are possibly thinking, although I still say it should be Theory retaining and going in with the title against John Cena at WrestleMania. Yes, I said what I said. So Edge and Priest wouldn't be for the title. It would just be a grudge match. A lot of cool stuff could happen here, personally. So thank you, Canada Dry, for the awesome ginger ale. It's settling the old tummy. It's been a long day. Let's see. If WWE wants you sponsors, bring in Wayne and Garth. There you go. Party time. Excellent. I dig it. That was really white and lame of me. I said it like stupid there. All right. Let's see. Let's get into some plugs here. The questions are getting a little slow. So JJ, as I mentioned, a little under the weather this week. So his week of reviews and streams will be coming up starting tomorrow, as he continues his first half February of rom-coms, chick flicks, the like, with Where the Heart Is with Ashley Judd, and a immediately post Star Wars Episode 1, Natalie Portman. Thursday will be Say Anything, the cult classic starring John Cusack. Friday will be Just Like Heaven featuring Reese Witherspoon. Saturday will be the Netflix new release Shotgun Wedding featuring Jennifer Lopez. And Sunday we will go into the War Zone with his weekly acquisition report. That's all coming up this week, starting tomorrow, over on the Custody Studios channel. Psycho says, I know Virtue wants Roman to hold the title for 1,000 days, but if they're not splitting the titles and Cody doesn't win, then who's left? It's way too early for Gable Stevenson and Braun Breaker. Agreed. Been a little chatter in the No DQ chat about that actually today. And Virtue put that tweet out that he wants Aaron to pony up $100 bet about putting his money where Meltzer's putting his money where his mouth is, or whatever. I can't see anybody beyond Cody being a viable contender. Now, it was discussed, I think, either last week on Open Mic Night or sometime during the course of the week about Sammy beats Roman at the Chamber pay-per-view or premium live event, what the hell ever, at the next show in Montreal. And then Paul Heyman cites legal loophole. Oh, Sammy only won the Universal Championship or the WWE Championship or whatever. And then Cody gets a shot at the other one. But Cody has to win. Cody has to win. Cody has to win. I can't see them playing out any other scenario than Cody leaving SoFi Stadium as either the WWE champion or the unified champion. I can't. I mean, I can see them doing it. I just will be crushed. And I know, people will enjoy the fact that fans' dreams are being crushed or whatever. But after last night, that moment was so powerful that Cody almost has to win now, right? That's just the way I see it. So the answer to who's left is nobody yet. Again, Gable Steveson and Braun Breaker are still way too far away from being the WWE champion. I don't think anybody on NXT is even remotely there. Carmelo is close, but I don't think he's WWE World Champion yet. Level. He's definitely there to promote up, but not to the championship, holding the championship yet. And there's nobody really there that is on Roman's level. And that's going to sound like corporate, rhetoric or, propaganda, but I mean, he's beaten every damn buddy at this point, right? Except Cody and now Sammy. We'll see what happens at the Chamber pay-per-view, the Chamber show. The Chamber event. God, I hate this different dialogue, different scripted terms. It's ridiculous. All right, where are we at here? Okay, so yes, Stat Boy Sports Bar was canceled for today. I did mention that earlier. We will be on the air tomorrow. Fear not. Not tomorrow. Next Tuesday, with a full XFL preview, a wrap up of the NFL season. Probably a little hockey talk, no doubt about that. Probably maybe a little spring training talk. We're getting close to the baseball being a thing. JJ says, I'm glad you brought up being the schmaz for Judgment Day versus Edge and Beth, because as much as I want the Grit couple to get their vengeance, they can't make Rhea look weak going into a shot against Charlotte. Exactly. Charlotte and Rhea have to both be strong going in, and they both have to be at their absolute best. And Rhea dropping at the end of the day, a non-descriptor tag match the show before is not going in strong. Very good point, Jay. Also, yesterday, if you missed it, please go back and watch the Dad's Not Always on Wrestling episode as we discussed the top 10 musicians we lost too soon. Again, that was supposed to be, had we kept the show on, okay, let me throw myself. Had I kept the show on Fridays and we were going to have this show be on February 3rd, it would have been the actual anniversary of the day the music died. But when I decided to move the show to Mondays to kind of balance out my schedule and the No DQ schedule, it was too good a topic to drop. So we went ahead and recorded the show, and it turned out really well, I thought. So please give that a look. And again, tomorrow, of course, the Greg Cherry Show, again, will be on the air at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific with our Pennsylvania sensation host, the WTC Lifer champion, Greg Cherry. Give Greg a little love. He's it seems like his show, his channel are kind of at a crossroads. And I wish I could be there. I wish I hadn't honestly committed to the Bellas thing, because I do. I always enjoy hanging with Clea, and I want to give the support to as many people as I can. It's just I wish cloning or physics defying were a thing this week. It's tough. I also want to give a little love to a longtime friend, but we'll do that after this next comment because I just saw it pop up. Psycho says, do you think Triple H would try a Nexus type storyline where multiple wrestlers invade the main roster and actually have them win instead of getting buried so they can have multiple stars? They've done the NXT thing a couple times now. Nexus you mentioned, and then the NXT actual proper invasion at Survivor Series, whatever it was, 3 years ago. It's kind of one of those, the invasion thing is doable. It's a workable thing, but I just don't know if bringing up all these guys as, oh, we are NXT works now. And I say that because Triple H will always be the godfather of NXT, if you will, right? So to have his kids, even though they're Sean's kids now, if you will, come up and try to get up in Pop AH's business, it just seems almost forced, right? So I don't think that he would try that. I think it just seems too forced. Aaron will remember this when he watches it back on social later, so I'll go ahead and bring it up. But 20 years ago, right around this time, the original XPW, Extreme Pro Wrestling, out here in California, ran their last shows in California, February 28th and March 1st. My birthday, of course, March 1st. So we went to those shows. It was the first independent show I'd ever been to. Had a interesting time, to say the very least. XPW was what it was back then. Don't know how it is now, but they're back apparently. Anyway, I met a lady you guys now know as Lizzie Valentine. She subsequently was on Wrestling Society X. She was in TNA for a little while. She's kind of been all over the wrestling world. She was a member of the World Independent Ladies Division, the Wild Wrestling that I helped promote a number of years ago. But her and I had an epiphany in conversation recently that she's my longest standing friend that I've met that was actually in the business. And it just kind of blew me away that we've been friends as long as we've been. She's actually making a return to XPW on the 18th. I was trying to move puzzle pieces around and try to make it work. I'm not going to be able to be there on the 18th, mainly because I have a pre-live event to cover on the Jeff Meacham Network, Elimination Chamber, but also travel, and I'm actually working at Disney on the 18th, so I won't be covering most of Chamber, or not myself, but I do still want that to be a thing. Anyway, so Lizzie will be returning to XPW as J-Love, and you can catch her at XPW's presentation of Pleasures of the Flesh. Good Lord, we're going to get rated for this. On February 18th at the Derby Room in Pomona. And you can subscribe to Lizzie's page. Yes, that page at I am Lizzie XOXO. So there you go. Check out Lizzie Valentine across social media. She's on Instagram. She's on the Twitter. I think she's even on Facebook. So there you go. If Facebook's even a thing these days. Psycho says, are there any independent wrestlers that AEW, WWE should look into that aren't well known except to local wrestling fans? I am the absolute worst person to ask this, Psycho. Asked me 10 years ago, I can rattle off a name list. I really can. But I've been to so few independent shows the last decade, really. I went to the Championship Wrestling from Hollywood show. That was actually in Port Hueneme in 2017 because the NWA was there. It's been very few and far between for me for independent wrestling. I know JJ is Gino Rivera is a great example. Yes, Gino Rivera is out of the Santino's Wrestling Brothers Academy here in California. He is a Southwest mainstay. He's all over Arizona and then goes into Nevada and different parts of the country. So definitely check out Gino. Thank you, JJ. I appreciate that. But there are a lot of independent promotions out here, and into Arizona, which I'm going to tomorrow, like I said, and into Nevada and Oregon and Washington that I have been invited to go to. It's just my schedule has been what it's been. JJ is actually a great resource now, more than I am, when it comes to being kind of tapping into the independent scene, because he has allowed himself to kind of go back in very deep into wrestling. He was gone for so long that I am proud of him that he's been able to get back in so far and, be able to call the WWE shows on my watch-alongs and be able to keep up with AEW news and still, have the ability to jump into an NWA call or an Impact call if he needs to. The guy he's become one of my, if not the key player in this YouTube, rejuvenation. I don't have it here, Jay. I don't know where the hell it is. I'm trying to find it. Don't call me out like that shit. Very doubtful that Mrs. Riff will be there. But you know what? Stranger things have happened. We'll see. If she is, I will definitely call her out on it. I'm going to try to find it, Jay. Just let me see if let's try to remember where it's. Okay, it'll be in our chat, so I can open that up. I can do that. Again, I don't have Facebook chat up, so I'm not seeing if you're sending me messages. So just, bear with me here, kids. No, that's not what we wanted. JJ, if you have the graphic, you can send it to me on Messenger, and why are we not loading? What's happening? There it is. Hi. There it is. I got it. Okay. All right. So JJ is, making it a point to let me know that I had, or at least I should have, a graphic about this show, which is coming up on February 25th out here. Well, not out here because it's even farther out in the boonies than I am, which is quite an adventure to do. But let me go ahead and take the logo down so you guys can see this as it should be intended to be seen. February 25th out in Hesperia, which is actually very close to JJ and my sister's neck of the woods, will be a show from Valor Pro Wrestling 92345. It's, obviously it styles out to the old 90210 logo. Our old friend Biggie Biggs, who we've known Ray for ever. $20 for adults, kids $12, and that's over in Hesperia. Again, that's 2 weeks from this Saturday. It's the only Saturday in February, by the way, that we don't have a watch along on the Jeff Meacham Network. So if I'm not working, it may just be it. JJ has been in talks with this group to maybe do some interviews with these local folks and give them a little love on the social side of things, the Jeff Meacham Network side of things, and maybe actually, get into these shows more often and kind of check out what they've got to offer. Because at the end of the day, everybody starts out somewhere, and these guys definitely have something to offer a local fan. So to answer your question, Psycho, these guys right here, these independent stars over at Valor Pro Wrestling. Again, it's February 25th at the VFW in Hesperia, on Hesperia Road. There you go. Don't get more Hesperia than that. If you're in Hesperia Road, that'd be Hesperia, yo. As for independent wrestlers, even though he's MOW, Jacob Batu, yes. There you go. Jacob Batu is just on the cusp of that big moment. And JJ says he's taking a meeting with the promoter on Friday. Well, there you go, Jay. Let me know how it goes. You know where I'll be Friday at 10 o'clock. Let's see. Friday at 10 o'clock, I'll probably be, with any luck, I'll be sitting down to an early or a brunch or a late breakfast on Main Street. With any luck. It's going to be a long week going forward. I think I plugged everything I wanted to promote. Oh, I don't know when I'm going to do one of these again. I enjoyed it. I did, but it was one of those, I was bored last Thursday, so I said, screw it. I'll go ahead and do a show. Why the hell not? Jeff Meacham Network, Jeff Meacham Show will come back when there's a spot to fill. I'm also in the process of booking interviews for one-on-one with Jeff Meacham for February, March, April, and beyond. Talking with a lot of people. I do have a couple of people I need to reach out to on that, but I will keep you all posted. Of course, you can catch Aaron's recap of Raw last night, Dynamite tomorrow, SmackDown on Friday, and the No DQ review each and every Sunday on the NoDQ.com channel. Looks like that's it. Cool. And then, of course, you can come back here every Tuesday for Talk Wrestling. So there you go. Simple as that, kids. I think that's going to do it. I'm at 40. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it there unless anybody wants to throw in a super chat while I'm going through and making sure I got everything promoted, plugged, whatever. Yeah, as you saw during the trailer, we've got our next coverage is going to be the NWA's pay-per-view coming up. I totally blocked out Homicide's face. He'll kill me for that. There you go. Sorry, Homicide. 7 matches announced so far for Saturday for the NWA. And again, I still feel there should be a reset button and Cardona should get the championship back, but I'm not booking the territory. But it looks like it's gonna be a good solid card for the NWA coming up on Saturday. So give it a look and give us a look over on the Jeff Meacham Network for that and for Open Mic Night coming up on Saturday night as we do each and every Saturday. Yes, No Way Out will be covered on the next episode of Dad's Not Always on Wrestling. So I'll go ahead and throw that graphic into the thing here. I do have that saved, JJ, so just bear with me. And there it is. So the next time you will see the dads covering the world of sports entertainment, or sports or entertainment, rather, will be on Monday, February 20th, which is a No Way Out anniversary. Remember, I'll have to go back and look at the history, but top 10 all-time matches in the history of No Way Out, which ran, of course, in 1998 as a No Way Out show, in your house show, from 2000 to 2008 or 9, and then 2012 as well was a No Way Out show. So that's coming up 2 weeks from yesterday. And we have a super chat to round it out, so we'll go ahead and bring it out. Thank you, Psycho, for the $2, or maybe I'm thanking Aaron for the $2 because I'm thinking on behalf of Aaron. I don't know where you said that. Booker T's best matches and moments. The 7-match series with Benoit in WCW was Booker's greatest, I think, WCW moment. And yes, that includes winning the world title. You have to remember, winning the world championship, the 91, it was just a clusterfuck because of the whole thing with Russo and Hogan. Being a 5-time WCW champion, of course, is no small task. Even in the 2000-2001 era WCW, when it was a complete train wreck, he was still the world champion. King Booker was an incredible gimmick. The Royal Rumble return 2011, I thought was awesome for him. Harlem Heat versus Steiners any given day of the week for Booker. For all 4 of those guys. The Steiners and Harlem Heat were one of my favorite tag team rivalries in WCW, even during the NWO era, where both teams were fighting the NWO a lot. As far as moments, again, anything with King Booker was tremendous. The grocery store with Austin out here locally in the area, that was awesome. Good call, JJ. Funnier than hell. I've actually been in that grocery store that Austin and Booker tore up. It was a cool sensory thing to be in those aisles. It was funny. It was a cool kind of immersion thing, kind of like we do at Disney. But match wise, Booker T in a poll where you got that portrait of Scott Hall. Okay, yeah, I remember that. That was it was the San Francisco 49ers match. One box had the picture of Scott. One box had Pink Slip, I think it was. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong match. But one box had the WCW championship, and that's how either Jarrett got it back or Booker won. It wasn't a great moment, but it was very much a Russo moment. All right, I'm done. That's it, guys. Thank you all very much. I appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful rest of your night. We'll see you tomorrow for Dynamite Review on NoDQ.com, on the Greg Cherry Show and the Greg Cherry brand. And, of course, JJ starts up his week of continuing the rom-com chick flicks with Where the Heart Is with Ashley Judd and Natalie Portman. That's all tomorrow across the Jeff Meacham Network, Multiverse of Media, on these channels over here. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow. And let me just make sure. Yeah, that one was a little rough. I wouldn't say that was the best moment, but it was definitely a moment in time, Jay. Good old Vinnie Mac doing his thing. Gotta love it. Have a good night, guys.